I know many of you looked at this title and you were like, Amy, say what? Let me just talk to you about why I have the title the way that I do. I think in veterinary medicine right now, one of the things that I could recommend to everybody is stop demonizing clients. You're only making your job harder. And I know a lot of you, when I say that, your blood starts to boil. You're like, but Amy, the client is a large source of our burnout, our compassion fatigue, our frustration. 100% agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. In fact, I absolutely hear you. I've lived it. I breathed it. I get it. In 25 years, I have lost count of how many clients have been downright rude, threatened me physically or verbally, and have one actually spit in my face. So there's that. We called the cops. So I totally understand how clients are out of control, but I'm not talking about those clients. Let me be very clear. No client has the right to berate, belittle, threaten physical or verbal abuse to you or your staff. Screaming is inexcusable. That goes across everybody pretty much almost in life. That's just a life lesson. Just don't scream at each other. It's not productive. We can communicate way more effectively when we're not screaming. So screaming's a no with clients. Them threatening you, them making you feel terrible, bullying you, none of that is appropriate behavior. Let me also be clear. There is a good number of clients who do those things. We should fire them. We should prosecute them. Sometimes you need to call law enforcement. We cannot tolerate it. We have to set our boundaries. We have to do all those things. But I'm not talking about those clients. I'm talking about the clients that get under your skin for smaller reasons, and we make it out to be a big deal. I see this all the time. The best example that I give to a lot of people is the phone call of the client that seems annoying. Let me put that in bunny ears. Again, annoying. The reason why I use those little bunny ear quotation marks is because it's only annoying because you think it's annoying. That person isn't probably purposely trying to be annoying. They're asking you a lot of questions. They're keeping you on the phone for long periods of time. That's actually our job. Our job is client service as well as veterinary care. Without the client service part of it, well, I very rarely have seen a dog or cat drive itself to the hospital to get its routine checkup and its vaccines, or, get hit by a car, then drive itself to the actual hospital to say, hi, I need emergency care. We just don't have that happening. So we need to learn how to better interact with our clients. So let's go back to that client who's calling you. Here you are, you've had a busy day. Now you pick up the phone and you say, Happy Paws Veterinary Hospital. And Mr. or Mrs. or they or them are on the phone and they start talking to you about what is happening with their dog. And they're saying things like, oh my goodness, there's a tick. I think it's a tick. I'm not really sure. That's some type of bug, but I don't see its head. I know if I rip the body off and the head stays in, the body can regrow. Is this dog going to get Lyme disease? Should I just come in? Can we test the tick for Lyme disease? Am I going to get Lyme disease? How do I take it off? What does this look like? Do you think I can burn it out of the dog's skin? What about vodka? My next door neighbor told me that if you have vodka, you can pour it on the tick, it'll back itself out. What am I supposed to do? This is really grossing me out. And you're on the other end of this phone call, trying so hard to be politically correct, trying not to laugh, trying to engage with this client so that you can help them. But meanwhile, the other thoughts are creeping inside of your head. These other thoughts are, this is annoying. This is a stupid question. Why are you even calling me? I mean, I'm sorry, you're not even our client. I do not have time for this. The phone is ringing off the hook right now. Are you serious? We've got actual real patients here. And I'm supposed to spend 20 minutes talking to you about tick removal? I do not have time. Those are the thoughts in your head. And then those negative thoughts come out of your mouth at the end of the call. You say, thank you so much. Oh, I'm really happy you got that tick out. All right, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And you hang up the call, and then all of a sudden, here comes the negative thoughts that was reeling around in your head. You start telling your teams, oh my God, you're not gonna believe, but I was on the phone for like 15 minutes and this woman was like crazy. I mean, she was like, can I burn it out? And I was like, well, no, you're gonna burn the dog. What kind of crazy talk is that? Vodka. I mean, I need vodka at this point. That's literally how you're talking to your coworkers. In that moment, you are demonizing clients over little things that they really didn't do anything to hurt you or harm you. And when we unfortunately demonize our clients, we have it all trickle down, all filtered down to us believing that every single client is an annoyance. They're a bother. They annoy the garbage out of us. It would be better if we never dealt with them. And unfortunately, that's simply not true. That client called because they were concerned. They love their dog. They could have just left the tick and not given 2 cents, but they actually love their dog. Yes, maybe they went to Dr. Google or called a friend, but they're worried. And then they started reading about things like Lyme disease, and now they're even more worried. And they've called you, a veterinary medical professional. They want to talk to somebody who really knows, who can really help them. And here we are yelling about the client after the phone call. We're venting to our colleagues. We're making a mountain out of a molehill, when reality is that client called you because they had caring and compassion towards their own pet and they expected it back in return. Now, instead of those negative thoughts coming into your head, I want you to take a step back. Pretend you know nothing about veterinary medicine, and your beloved fur kid, it coughs or it sneezes or it does something, it vomits one time, and you start freaking out and you call the veterinary hospital. How would you feel if that veterinary hospital started talking to you in a condescending manner? Or even if they were perfect, shining, rainbow, unicorn conversation, hung up, and then you learned later that CSR, that veterinary technician or that medical doctor made fun of you and actually went ahead and talked to you about you and gossiped about you to everyone on the team, poking fun about what a moron you were. That's what we're doing. We're demonizing clients. That's the point of this vlog. And I know that a lot of you can relate to this because unfortunately, this type of conversation trickles down and infuses our team with constant negativity, a constant gossip, and our culture is actually affected because of it. We need to stop doing that. We need to get out of that negative mindset. We need to start thinking about how clients are part of our team. We're actually part of the same team. We both, the clients and the veterinary team, are trying to help this one animal. That's pretty amazing when you think about it. If we start looking at the client as a team member, part of the team who can help us, who can provide us, instructions on how their pets are doing, and we want to work with them, life's going to be a lot easier. We're actually going to make our job a lot easier when we stop demonizing clients. Now, the people who are true assholes, yeah, demonize them. They're absolutely terrible. Fire them out of your hospital. But the rest of the clients, no, they're people just like you and me, and they love their pets. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all that you do, and keep on being a unicorn.